You're making it a current side sort of under Mikel Arteta.
It's been good. It's been refreshing. It was a change because we were going down a dark place under Unai Emery. It wasn't good. It wasn't good to watch. Since he's come in, he's changed a few things in the changing rooms, the whole club, with the fan base. He's give everyone a lift. And I'm looking forward to see where he can take this squad.
I know Saturday's game wasn't the greatest result. I mean, what did you make of the performance at Manchester City?
If Arsenal take their chances, it's a different game. It's a completely different game. But, going to Man City, Anfield, those sort of places, it's going to be tough. You're going to have to withhold some pressure. And I thought Arsenal did okay, but I really wanted them to push on a bit more and sort of go for it.
Maybe the substitutions come a bit late. I don't know what you felt about it. Getting Lacazette on maybe a bit earlier might have worked.
I was hoping that he would have changed the formation. Change to a 4 at the back, put an extra one in midfield, and then push the Aubameyang and Saka further up the field, so we could put them under a bit more pressure instead of trying to control the game. But I think there's a lot of positives to come out of it.
Obviously, we've got Thomas Partey to really come in, haven't we, and make an impact hopefully over the next few months.
Yes, it's a good signing. We need bodies in midfield. We need extra legs in midfield to get around the park, to mix up the play. I think we're just short with the bodies and the quality in midfield.
Yeah,
I would have liked one more player, more of a creative player, if we're not going to play Ozil. But it's not to be, so we're going to have to deal with what we've got. Going forward, I think we hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get into the top 4. When you look at the fixtures, you think, can we get 3 points there? And then you look, I would have liked to have picked up maybe an extra point out of the Liverpool and Man City game, and then that would have been a perfect start.
What do you sort of make of the modern game now with VAR and all this playing out from the back and stuff like that?
It's changed. Everyone's trying to play out from the back, but some teams can do it, some can't. You just got to play to your strengths. It's what suits. You've got to buy the players that can play out from the back. It's hard. It's a risk. But when you get it right, it looks amazing. But with the VAR stuff, it's a nightmare. Can't celebrate goals. His fingernails offside. I don't like it. I don't really like it.
What do you think you'd have made of it if you was playing now and with all of that going on?
Well, back then you could get away with a few things. Now you can't get away with nothing. You can't get away with nothing. There's so many different camera angles, social media, people analysing the games from all different angles. It's hard. It's hard. You've got to be clean and technically very good now. Are you onside if you're level? Or the rules got to change. It's so hard. But it seems to be working because there's been lots of goals.
It's just how it's changed, really, isn't it? It's almost a different game in a lot of ways, isn't it, to what it was, even probably when you were still playing. And that wasn't even that long ago, really.
No, but it's even the tactical side of it. It's where teams are dropping into a low block and counter-attacking out of that, or teams are full press. Everyone's pressing all over the field, like a Liverpool, like a Man City. It's just different tactics. It's enjoyable to see people trying to play different ways.
Do you keep in touch with any of your former teammates at Arsenal?
Yeah, I speak to Stephen Hughes all the time. We've known each other since 12, 13. So and we played in the same team. Yeah, so we're quite close.
Did you play with Adrian Clark as well? You must have done. He must have been about the same time.
I played with Clarkie. Clarkie was a few years, maybe 2 or 3 years older than me, but I played with him when I broke into the reserve team.
You must have seen some good banter with Wright and Parlour at Arsenal.
Well, when you're a young lad and you're on the team coach or in and around you're quiet, but you can always hear those two. You could always hear Ian Wright, always making jokes, making fun. Normally, they were taking the piss out of Martin Keown. He used to wear studs in training all the time, so he emotionally give him a kick in training. He just used to play. He used to train how he played, which was good. So you knew what he was going to get. I was there when Patrick Vieira first came. Arsene Wenger wasn't there. Patrick came to train with the reserves. Didn't move, just emotionally looking at us, thinking, "What is going on here?" And then all of a sudden, he made his debut, and I thought, "Wow, what a player!"
What Arsene Wenger was building, could you see how great that team was going to be?
Yes. The sports science, how he got people to listen to him, the diets changed, the training changed. So just for example, we was away on tour, the over 30s, Seaman, Adams, Bold, Dixon, Winterburn would only train once during the day. The rest of the boys would train twice or three times. So he was looking after the older boys, and in return during the season, those players would give him everything. Yeah. So if you hear any of the players, the older players, speak about Arsene Wenger, how he prolonged their career and how he made them change the way they're thinking. Obviously, the social scene changed, where the players were going out boozing and whatever, but they slowed it down a bit. They didn't stop, but they slowed it down a bit and listened to Arsene Wenger a bit more.
Where do you think we might finish this season in top four? Is that what you're thinking?
I hope top four. Maybe try and sign some more players, one or two in the January transfer window, and then push on again. Because if we win the Europa League again, it's going to be hard to attract the type of players that we need. It's going to be an open season with no fans in the ground. Some freak results. 6-1. Spurs beat United. Villa beat Liverpool. So we don't know what's going to happen. Arsenal just got to stick in there and start picking up some results, and maybe start beating some of the top six there. And some of the games, it seems we take our foot off the pedal and try to just control the game and see it out, instead of really taking teams to the sword and going after them and scoring 2s, 3s, 4s, whatever, and then you put the game to bed by doing it that way. But who knows? As you saw yesterday, even three goals up is not enough. We've stopped conceding silly goals or conceding, them type. But then the hardest thing in football is to score, to create chances and score. And maybe with one extra addition, a creative player apart from Ozil, or if we can get Ozil back, sides that might help us unlock defences.
Do you think Ozil will play again or not?
No, Arteta. When's the last game he played?
It's March, wasn't it, against West Ham?
Yeah, I think he's done. I hope not, but I think we won't see him again. In certain games, where we're looking solid at the back, and then we can take a risk by having him on, where he will unlock a defence, where he will see that pass. Some games you might need a player like him to come on to change the game. Unbelievable vision, technique, saw a pass, linked the play. But now, whereas you saw the creative players like De Bruyne, they still put in a shift. They still track and tackle, and we got one or two games where Ozil was doing that, but can he sustain it and do it for maybe 10 games? Maybe not. Who knows? I don't know. Every club, there's politics, so we don't know. The fans will never know. Maybe when he decides to leave at the end of the season, he might say.
Or maybe when he releases a book.
Yeah.
Just quickly before you go, Isiah, what would you think the score might be for the Leicester game? It's a big game now, isn't it?
I've just seen today that their centre half's out injured for 3-4 weeks, I think. Big Turkish centre half.
Oh yeah. Soyuncu, yeah.
So I've heard he's out. Hopefully 3-2 Arsenal.